Yellowstone National Park, located primarily in the U.S. state of Wyoming and stretching into parts of Montana and Idaho, spans nearly 9,000 square kilometers. It's not just famous for its scenic landscapes, which include deep canyons, alpine rivers, steaming hot springs, and diverse wildlife, but also because it sits atop one of the most powerful geological features on Earth, a supervolcano. A supervolcano is defined as a volcano capable of ejecting over 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material in a single eruption. That's more than 50 times the amount released during the catastrophic eruption of Krakatoa in 1883, which itself led to over 36,000 deaths and generated massive tsunamis. The Yellowstone supervolcano last erupted approximately 640,000 years ago and, before that, around 1.3 million and 2.1 million years ago, suggesting a cycle of enormous geological activity. While the intervals between these eruptions seem massive from a human perspective, geologists believe another eruption is not only possible but inevitable, though probably not in our lifetimes. What makes Yellowstone unique is its location atop three overlapping calderas, large, basin-like depressions that are formed when a volcano erupts and then collapses inward. These formations act as reminders of the volcano's violent past and its potential for future activity. A typical eruption scenario would start deep within the Earth's mantle, where intense heat melts solid rock, forming magma. Over time, this magma accumulates in chambers beneath the Earth's crust, along with a mixture of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and other gases. As more magma gathers, pressure builds, causing the land above to bulge and rise, eventually forming a dome. Cracks begin to develop under this stress, and when the built-up pressure becomes too great, it could result in an explosive release, not unlike a shaken bottle of soda being suddenly uncapped. Currently, however, the crust and mantle beneath Yellowstone remain largely solid. Scientists estimate that for a supervolcano to erupt, the magma chamber would need to be at least 50% molten. Right now, it's nowhere near that threshold. Nevertheless, it's important to monitor Yellowstone closely. Unlike ordinary volcanoes, a supervolcano eruption would have global consequences. If Yellowstone were to erupt on a large scale, the immediate area, which could house over 100,000 residents, would face instant devastation. However, lava flows wouldn't be the primary killer. Instead, the real threats would come from massive ash clouds and toxic gas emissions. Ash would rain down over much of the American Northwest and Midwest, with projections indicating that it could reach as far as Toronto to the northeast and Austin, Texas, to the south. Volcanic ash is often misunderstood. It's not soft or powdery like the remains of a campfire. Instead, it's made up of fine, jagged particles of rock and glass that can cut into lung tissue when inhaled. This makes it deadly for both humans and animals. Furthermore, when inhaled, this ash mixes with moisture in the lungs and can harden into a cement-like substance. Its abrasive nature can also damage airplane engines and car filters, leading to transportation breakdowns and potentially grounding flights across entire regions. Bodies of water such as rivers and lakes would become clogged with ash deposits, creating long-term ecological damage. Even more concerning is the possibility of a volcanic winter. A historic comparison can be made with the Toba supereruption in Indonesia around 74,000 years ago. That eruption sent so much ash into the atmosphere that it blocked sunlight and caused a dramatic drop in global temperatures. This resulted in a 6-year volcanic winter followed by a 1,000-year ice age, which scientists believe caused a severe bottleneck in human populations, reducing our numbers to possibly as low as 10,000 individuals globally. If Yellowstone erupted on a similar scale, it could throw enough ash and gas into the stratosphere to reduce sunlight over North America for months, maybe years. Temperatures would drop, crops would fail, and global food supplies could collapse, leading to famine and widespread economic disaster. A large part of North America could become uninhabitable due to contaminated water supplies, ruined farmland, and destroyed infrastructure. That said, it's important not to give in to panic. The scenario described above is a worst-case possibility, the most extreme version scientists can envision. Fortunately, modern science gives us the tools to monitor Yellowstone closely. One critical discovery is a large plume of hot rock in the Earth's mantle beneath Yellowstone, which helps form small magma chambers near the surface. Since 2004, scientists have observed that the Yellowstone caldera has been slowly rising at a rate of about 3 inches per year. These uplifts are thought to be caused by magma accumulation, and they're usually accompanied by small earthquakes. These mini-tremors, while not dangerous on their own, help release pressure and allow gases to escape, which can prevent a larger eruption. Still, the question remains, will Yellowstone erupt again? Almost certainly, yes, but probably not anytime soon. Optimists point to a smaller-scale eruption, similar to the one that occurred at Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines in 1991, as a more likely scenario. That eruption, while still deadly and destructive, caused far less global damage and allowed time for evacuations thanks to early warning systems. It cost about $200 million in property damage and temporarily affected aviation due to ash clouds. Crucially, it was monitored in advance, and this preparedness helped prevent a much larger tragedy. Yellowstone is under similar constant surveillance. Scientists track its seismic activity, ground deformation, gas emissions, and hydrothermal features. It's home to the world's tallest geyser, which occasionally erupts and serves as one of many signals of underground activity. Ultimately, while the idea of Yellowstone erupting in a cataclysmic blast is both fascinating and terrifying, the truth is more nuanced. The real danger likely lies in smaller events, earthquakes, minor eruptions, or hydrothermal explosions rather than a Hollywood-style explosion. Still, being aware of Yellowstone's potential helps us prepare and respond if needed. So, while we can't predict exactly when Yellowstone will erupt again, if it does happen in our lifetimes, modern science ensures we won't be caught off guard. If you enjoy uncovering the secrets of our planet, from deadly natural disasters to mind-blowing science, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss an eye-opening video. Thanks for watching.